A client come to me today saying that they accepted $2,500 and they signed a release. Now they need surgery. And they said the insurance company's not going to pay for it. Of course not. You released all rights to that claim. And unfortunately, I had to tell them they didn't have a case. Instead of 2,500, their case is probably worth closer to 2.5 million. But that's why they do what they do. Look how much money they saved. You know, a lot of times you'll go to a lawyer that doesn't even have trial experience and they'll tell you $2,500 is a great deal. Of course, they're going to take a percentage of that. So there's all kinds of pitfalls that are involved, and I feel like you need to know them.
Have you ever felt pressure to accept an insurance offer, even when something inside you told you it wasn't right? Your inner spirit may be trying to protect you. Welcome back to Know Your Worth series on Radiomedium. We're going to blend some spiritual wisdom with real world challenges. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a topic that affects so many people after an accident or loss. Joining me today is our legal expert, Todd Bresney, a senior partner at Kanowski Bresney, who has dedicated his career to stand up for individuals against insurance companies. Todd, welcome back.
Thank you, Laura. Good to be back.
Why did you choose to expose what is really happening behind the scenes with insurance companies?
Because I understood working on the defense side for as long as I did that it wasn't an even playing field. When you're injured and you are dealing with a claims adjuster, they have a lot more information in their heads from their training than you do in yours about this whole situation. And knowledge is power, right?
Absolutely. Can you walk us through what's really going on behind the scenes? How is it that insurance adjusters are trained to minimize payouts, and why quick settlement offers often come so fast?
Sure. And I can only explain from my 30 years of experience on both sides of the fence. We can't make generalizations specific to each and every circumstance, but you're dealing with a company whose sole purpose is to move money around. They collect money in premiums every month, then they're required to pay them out when they're insured, does something they shouldn't do. And so if they can delay that and earn interest on the money, if they can keep that payout small, in either situation, they make money.
All about delay, delay, delay.
Yeah.
This feels so important right now, especially when people are already navigating stress, grief, or uncertainty in their lives. So, why is it understanding these tactics so critical for someone's financial, emotional well being?
You know, you've mentioned it before. This is a very stressful time for people. You're stressed out from the pain, your interruption of your daily life activities, the time that you guys spend at the doctors and not working. You don't know if the paycheck's coming in. You don't know what's going to happen. So why do you think that you're clear-headed enough to be able to deal with an adjuster whose goal is to get you to accept a smaller amount of money for fair and full compensation? I'll give you an example. I had a client come to me today saying that they accepted $2,500 and they signed a release. Now they need surgery. And they said the insurance company's not going to pay for it. Of course not. You released all rights to that claim. And unfortunately, I had to tell them they didn't have a case. Instead of 2,500, their case is probably worth closer to 2.5 million. But that's why they do what they do. Look how much money they saved. You know, a lot of times you'll go to a lawyer that doesn't even have trial experience and they'll tell you $2,500 is a great deal. Of course, they're going to take a percentage of that. So there's all kinds of pitfalls that are involved. And I feel like you need to know them.
For someone out there right now who's listening, dealing with an injury, loss, or claim right now, what's one simple step they can do today to protect themselves, make sure they're not undervalued?
First off, understand that in most states, depending on most claims, and there are provisos and exceptions to this, you have 2 years from the date of the incident to file a lawsuit to preserve your rights. 2, talk to a lawyer. Most lawyers that do what I do, including myself, we don't charge to talk to you. You go in to play blackjack with a dealer in Vegas, odds are you're not going to walk out a winner. So you probably want to hire somebody who knows a little bit about the game to teach you or play your hand for you.
Todd, this has been eye-opening. Where can people reach you if they need more clarity or guidance regarding their own claim?
As always, they can reach me, Laura, at 888, the letter U, the word count, and the number 2. Or they can reach me at bresneylaw.com. At the bottom of the website there is an intake form. You can fill it out. We'll be in touch with you.
So don't rush it, don't settle, and don't ignore what your spirit is trying to tell you, because knowing your worth isn't just a mindset, it's a decision. If this message feels connected to you, Please subscribe to the Radio Medium podcast so you can receive more spirit messages and information, guidance. We'd appreciate it if you could rate it and share it with somebody who might need to hear this message right now. And be social with me. I'd love to hear your thoughts over at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube too.